Alright, in this video I'll give you my thoughts about the what you need to consider if you're thinking of changing your career, changing your job, changing your country, or thinking of jumping from being an employee to employer. And how this question came to be is, or video topic is, there's a member of my group who I've known for quite some time, not a client, but he said, "Sir, I'm in my 30s. I'm planning a job change, country change. I have these thoughts: job change, country change, or career change, or move from being an employee to being an employer, run my own business. What do you advise?" So in this video, I'll give you my thoughts, just an opinion, and you can tell me whether you think I'm right or wrong. Okay. See, when you're young, just to keep it very simple, this is a very simple way of putting it. When you're young, you can take a lot of risks. You can take a lot of risks. Why? Because you can make a lot of mistakes and you can get away with it. Like, for example, when you're young, you can keep changing your job month after month. You can resign and say, "No, I don't want to work," and be at home because you have your parents who will take care of you. Your expenses are less, your responsibilities are less, your priorities are less. Nobody is depending on you to feed them. You're depending on others to help you, assist you. And you're still in that phase of life where you're still discovering things. Like when you finish your college, the world is your oyster. You're just, wow. You're even ready to work for free. You're ready to work as an intern. You're ready to work for a very small salary. That is why if you ask anyone, what was your first salary? People will say it was $200 a month or $500 a month or 1,000, not 1,000. It's 200 or 300 or whatever per month. But once you cross 20 and you start going many years, you reach 30. 30 is whereby you would have got some experience working different jobs, different industries, places as intern. And now, because you got experience, you don't need to work for free. There is a certain value, a certain amount of, blood and sweat equity, that because you have worked on a particular task, you know some processes, procedures, you have some practical experience, people pay you slightly higher from the age of 30. And with more purchasing power comes independence. And obviously your parents will say like, "Oh, now he can take care of himself or he can support us." And with that earning capacity comes confidence with the success. And then you think, okay, I am my own man. I'll find myself a life partner or a girlfriend. I can buy my own car. I can take a bank loan. I can do things my own way. And eventually from there, life maybe takes you through a turn where you finally find, okay, I like this girl, I want to settle down with her. And you finally decide to get married. That is why it happens mostly at the age of 30. You find a partner, you get married, and then comes the pivotal decision, the critical point where you ask yourself, do I want a child? Yes or no? Am I ready to take care of another life? Having pets like cats and dogs and all that, fine. That's a certain responsibility, and I tell people, instead of having a child, first have a pet and see if you can take care of it. And if you can take care of multiple pets, you can definitely take care of one child. But the responsibility and the dedication, the sacrifice is 100 times more. It's a game changer. Once you get a child, now you are responsible for someone else's life. And that is where you can't be like in your 20s. You can't get up whenever you like, sleep whenever you like, go meet your friends, go meet your girlfriends, stay in the nightclubs, come back maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, sleep 1 hour and go to work. You can't do that. You have a child, you have to get up on time, take the child, take the child, shower, toilet, breakfast, take the child to school. You're responsible to bring the child, responsible to take the child to school. You're responsible for making sure the child is prepared, lunch, everything is taken care of. Then you have to pick up the child when the school is over, bring the child back home, then maybe you have to continue your work. So responsibilities change, and you're responsible for the health, the well-being, the future, everything of the child. So taking a risky move after the child is grown up is a bit harder. You can't change your life drastically. And then as you grow older and the child is studying in college, your expenses not only shoot up, the level of responsibilities that you have also shoots up because now your health is no longer the same. Your career is no longer the same. Maybe you have people under you. Maybe your time is so very important. And you have to be very careful because, the higher you climb, the more the salary, but more difficult it is to get a job like that. So that is why people don't make very drastic changes once they are in their 40s. And by the time you reach your 50s, maybe your child is doing the master's or PhD, so very expensive. Plus, your job is very critical and very crucial. You can't afford to take crazy risks. Okay, your wife and you both have to really plan out, oh, our retirement is also coming and the child also has to settle down. We have to plan out our future because now, after 60, you're not going to work anymore. Then maybe you live another 10 or 20 years and you'll be doing nothing but spending all the money. So you're busy saving. So this is a timeline. So can you take a risky move at 60? No. Life ends. Your work career path ends at 60. Can you take it at 50? No. Still expensive, too risky. Nobody does that. Comes down to 40. Can you afford to do it when you have a child and responsibilities? And no, 40 is also dangerous. So the only time you can make all these risky, crazy moves is 20. Is from the time you come out of college, 20 to 30, maximum 40. So you have 20 years, 20, 30, 40. So 20 to 30, 30 to 40. And that's where you can do all the circus you want, all the career changes, all the experiments, all the businesses that you want to open and close and lose everything and start all over again, fine. But remember, it's not fun to fail. When you're in your 20s, risk is small, reward is small, and the pain is small. But as you start earning more, risks are more, pain is much more. And as you progress after your 30s, the chances of you going back to the same level that you were is harder. Maybe you'll come down a couple of notches and you'll have to again claw your way back up. Like, for example, if you were, let's say, for example, you were a manager for a company and you decided, oh, I'll start my own business. Say in your late 30s, you're a manager of a trading company and you started your own business. It failed. And then you're, oh, sheesh, now I need to go back into the corporate world. Very rarely, if ever, people will give you a managerial post. They'll say, boss, we don't know what you can do. Maybe you'll have to start lower than the manager. Maybe before you're getting 20 as a confirmed salary, maybe they'll say, we'll give you 15. So there is a price to pay. It's not risk-free. And then as you're older, your negotiating powers also tend to be challenged. Unless, of course, you have such a market dominance, such a name, such an experience, and such a rare talent or skill that nobody else can replace, then you can command. But if you can be replaced, if your skill is like anyone else's skill, you have to really compete hard to convince why you should get the higher salary or higher income. So my answer to this young man is whatever circus you want to do, whatever risks you want to take, career change, job change, country change, just do it before 40. Because after the age of 40, it will become very hard. Remember, someone who is unemployed at the age of 20 is a young man. Someone who's unemployed at the age of 25 is, still a budding young man who can be molded. Someone who's unemployed without a job at 30, Okay, the guy has experience, he can still be taught. 35, young man, can learn, no problem. But if you are in your 40s and you are without a job, then there'll be questions. This man who's 40s, who's supposed to be a manager, supposed to be at a senior position, leadership position, why is he without a job? Many questions will be asked. In fact, the same questions are asked when you're in your 30s. Why are you without a job if you're so good? Because in your resume, you always promote yourself as a guy with a lot of talent and skill. Why are you without a job, man? What will you answer? And then it becomes harder when you're in 40s. And even though I'm an atheist, God help you if you're without a job after you're 45. Then there'll be multiple questions. What happened? Why you lost your job? Why did they want to dispose of you? Because with all that experience and expertise, if you're still replaced, oh, company shut down. Okay, then why didn't you get a job? Market or stuff. The guy will scratch his head, market or stuff, or this guy, nobody found any use for him. They'll always have the doubts, right? And remember, as you grow older, to get a senior level position is harder because people hold on to their positions with their lives. And you can get a job. It's not that it's impossible to get a job, but you'll get a job that pays you lower the income, because they'll think, you want a job? Fine. I don't mind giving you a job. I'll pay you less. I want more benefit. It's like a business transaction. And then, seriously, if you're in your 50s and you lost your job, you're at the mercy of the market, because people will always think you're at the tail end of your career, just 10 more years before retirement. Why should I give you a job? I might as well invest my resources into someone who's in his 30s, who will continue. At least there's a promise that he'll continue with me for some time. Like this, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So overall, what I want to tell you is, if you want to take these risks, take it before the age of 40. Don't wait, until it's too late. Even if you're 38, take it and finish it off. Just let go of that itch. Just take it. But remember, there is a price to pay for failure. Will you fail? Yes. What are the chances of failure? 95 to 99% that you will fail. Then why should you do it? Well, you have the itch. The chances of success, even if there is 5% or 10%, there's a chance. You have the guts to take the failure versus success ratio. If yes, go right ahead. If it's not letting you sleep, if it's itching, if it's driving you mad, because remember this, it's not only you, it's your wife, it's the people who depend on you, your parents, and your child. Because after 40, if you take a risk and you burn your fingers, then it's not only you who's going to suffer, it's your wife who's going to suffer and who's going to carry your burden if she's working. Your kid will definitely suffer, and your loved ones, your parents, will definitely suffer. So if I were to encapsulate and give you in a nutshell, whatever risks you want to take, whatever stunts you want to pull it off before the age of 40 and get it over with. Because after 40, boss, yes, you may achieve success. Yes, you may become successful. Yes, if not when, if not now, then when. You can give yourself all these motivational talks, but every action has a price to pay. Are you willing to pay the price? If the answer is an emphatic yes, I'm willing to suffer, I'm willing to let my wife, children, family, everyone suffer, go ahead. Or do you have enough and more money? Or whatever salary you're earning, multiply into 12. If you have enough and more money for 1 to 2 years that you don't have to worry about getting a job, then please go ahead. You must take that risk. But if you don't have that kind of buffer, boss, don't take the risk. It's not worth it. Because trust me when I say this, failure is not, like they say, failure is not an option. Failure, the probability and possibility that you'll fail is up to 98 to 99% high. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because always remember, we always hear the good stories, the happy success stories, but we never hear the disasters. And I know more about the disasters than normal people because I provide the services for it. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. Agree, disagree. I'd love to read what you have to say. You guys take care.